Okay, now that we've exported this, let's move this off to the side. And if you notice before, I had this at 0, 0, 0. So that way, when I export the object, it's always at the center. And the same goes for the shadow. All I gotta do is put everything back to 0, and now I'm going to export to shadow. And at the same time, because I've named my objects in max, I'm going to go ahead and just copy the name and export, and go ahead and paste it. And all the settings that you have should be the same. I see that sometimes the left-handed axis will become unchecked. I think it's possessed, but sometimes that happens. Okay. Then, okay, we're all done here. Alright. One of the things that you'll have to do, I mean, you don't have to do this, but it's very convenient to have. So move this back to center. Is you got to take a screenshot of your mesh so that you can have something to reference for when you're making a image. So I'm just going to go ahead and render this image. Nothing's fancy, just really quick. And I'm going to set it for 128 by 128 because that is the size of the image icons, and I'll get to that in a second. There we go. Okay, so I made a little render, there it is, of the teapot. Nothing fancy, just basically showing what the object is. And I'm going to save this object in the index file inside of the same folder that we just exported the teapot to. So we exported the in data, so here is the index folder. Inside of the index folder, you're going to find all the sample object that comes with 3D Rad. All they are is just JPEG, so let's copy the folder. And we're just going to call it teapot. The same name as the folder name. Okay, we're done with this for now. Let's go ahead and load up 3D Rad. I've already gone ahead and opened up the introductory tutorial. That's all we need to do so we can actually just go ahead and test our stuff quickly. So what we can do is use your right click and onto the surface, and you can move around. So now we're going to place an object on the surface. So go to Objects, Add, and roll down and find Skin Mesh, and go ahead and hit Open. So now we've gone and added the default skin mesh object. So you can load it up, it loses all the default settings. What we'll need to do is go ahead and hit change, and here is the screenshot that we exported from Max of the teapot. So go ahead and load that up, and if you just go ahead and hit OK, there she is. Now, if you can actually see in the render, yep, see, I messed up. In the shadow, there was also a hole here. So what happens is, if you have a shadow that is not capped, you're going to have these lines that stretch forever. So that's why it's important to seal your models so you don't have this stretching. And this can actually easily be fixed if we go back to Max Magic. Move this off to the side. Move this back to center. Yep, see, there's the hole. I'm going to do is just hit cap. There, now I've capped the mesh there. Now it's a full mesh. And just go ahead and re-export the shadow. And by easily doing that, all you need to do is go project open. Well, let's save the project. Sorry about that. Save as. So just go ahead and call it whatever you want. My test project. And just go ahead and reopen it quickly. There you go. No more stretching. The shadow is all good. The next step, if you want to make sure that now you notice we don't have a material, but in Max we actually have a material. That can be easily fixed by going in whatever texture you've gone and made for the object. Go ahead and hit copy. Copy that from your working folder into the actual teapot folder or your object folder, and just put it in there. And just like anything else, if you just reopen the project, 3D-RAD will find the new data and open it automatically. Done. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you have any questions, go ahead and email me. Thanks, and enjoy.